So today's lesson is the distributive property. This distributive property allows for us to expand an algebraic expression. Expanding involves the multiplication of a term, so constant, variable, or monomial, by all the terms of another polynomial. Brackets are often used to separate the term and the polynomial. So, looking here, okay, so that means that this is, okay, I just got a new tool, so I'm practicing, guys. Okay, it's supposed to help me draw. So this times this, and then A times Y. So the first one, when you do A times Y, that gives you A, Y. And then we have our positive sign. And then the second one, A times Y, gives us A, Y. Okay, so the steps we need to follow are multiply using the distributive property, coefficients times coefficients, okay? We're going to apply the laws of exponents to the multiplication of the variables. Then we're going to collect the like terms and simplify, and then evaluate if required. Okay, so let's do some examples. And once again, I'm practicing with this new piece of equipment, so please bear with me. We're going to expand using the distributive properties. Okay, so the first one, 5 times x gives us 5x. Then 5 times positive 2 gives us positive 10. Okay, that was pretty simple. Let's try the next one. Now, a lot of people find this tricky. They see this negative out in front, and they're like, what does that mean? Okay, so it's always assumed that there is a 1 in front. Okay, so a 1 right here. So it's actually negative 1 times 2 and negative x. So the first one, negative 1 times 2 gives us negative 2. And then we have negative 1 times negative x. Well, negative and negative make a positive, and 1 times x gives us x. Okay? So next one. Okay, so we have 2b out in front. So that means we're going to multiply everything by, oops, I'm pressing a button, sorry, by 2b. So the first one, we're going to multiply the numbers together. So 2 times 3 gives us 6. And then b times b, remember, you add the exponent, so it'd be 1 plus 1, which gives us the exponent 2. Okay, the second one, we're going to do b times, 2b times negative 5. Well, a positive times a negative gives us a negative. 2 times 5 gives us 10. And then we just have 1b, so it's 1b. Okay? Next one, getting tricky. So we have negative 2 times m. So a negative times a positive gives us a negative. And 2 times m is 2m. Next, 2 times 3. So a negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, now we go to the next one. Negative 3 times m. Negative times a positive is a negative. 3 times m is just 3m. And last, negative 3 times negative 5. Negative and a negative make a positive. 3 times 5 give us 15. Okay, so now we're going to collect like terms. So over here we have, okay, I got to use this pen. Okay, so we have an m, and here we have an m. Okay, and then we have our constant, and we have our constant. So we are going to collect these like terms. So we're going to have negative 2, and then we're going to grab our negative 3m, so negative 3m. So we got those together. Now we're going to collect the rest. So negative 6 and positive 15. Negative 6, positive 15. Okay, So equals. Now let's simplify. Negative 2m, take away another 3m, we're left with minus 5m's. And then we have negative 6 plus 15, or you could say 15 minus 6, and that gives us positive 9. Okay? So there's your final answer there. Okay. Next frame. So, same thing, 4k times the first term, which is k squared. So 4 times, there would be a 1 in front of there, so 4 times 1 is just the 4. And then k times k, remember we add the exponent, so this one has a 1, this one has a 2, so 1 plus 2 gives us k cubed. Next one. 4k times positive k. So positive 4 times a positive 1 gives us a positive 4. K times k, add the exponents. 1 plus 1 gives us k squared. And last one. Positive 4k times negative 3. So positive 4 times negative 3 gives us negative 12. And then we just have one k term. Okay, so there's your answer there. And last one, so this one is, looks a little tricky, but you'll be totally fine. So we're just going to take this 2 and multiply it by everything inside, okay? So if you wanted to rewrite it to make you feel better, you can go for it, okay? It just makes it a little bit easier because we're used to this way, okay? So negative 2 times positive 3. Negative and a positive make a negative. 2 times 3 gives us 6. And then we have it here. Negative 2 times negative 6 gives us positive 12. And we have a W. Now, if you wanted, you could have still done it this way. 2 times 6W. That would have given us positive 12W. Positive 12W. And then negative 2 times positive 3 would give us negative 6. You just would have had it in a different order. It means the exact same thing. Okay. Last 2 samples here. So it gets more complicated. So the first thing you want to do is inside the bracket, right? So x minus 4, we can't do anything there, but we can multiply 2 by x. So I'm just going to rewrite this first. Just open this up, leave that x out front. So 2 times x gives us positive 2x. And then positive 2 times negative 4 gives us negative 8. Okay? And then inside the bracket, we can simplify this right here. 2x, or 1x plus 2x gives us 3x. So let's leave this here. We now have 3x minus 8. Now the square bracket and round bracket don't really make a difference. It's still the same thing. Now we're going to multiply 3 by 3x. So that's going to give us 9x. And then positive 3 times negative 8 gives us negative 24. There we go. That's your final answer. Okay, we'll do one more tricky one. Okay, so inside the bracket here, we have a minus 1, can't do anything. So the next step would be to multiply. So I'm going to leave my, because I keep my equal signs there. Okay, and I'm going to have my 2, and it's 2 times a gives us 2a. 2 times negative 1 gives us negative 2. And then we still have minus 3. Okay? So now we can actually simplify this, right? Because negative 2, take away another 3 would give us negative 5, okay? So we have 5, we'll open up this bracket. 2a stays the same, and then negative 2 take away 3 gives me negative 5. Okay, and now we can't do anything here inside this bracket. So now we're going to multiply everything by 5. So 5 times 2a gives me 10a. And then 5 times negative 5 gives me negative 25. And there's your final answer. Okay, and that is it for this lesson.